Hey everyone, welcome to Dear Dad with Ivan and Brad. We are two dads who want to give you a male and a father's point of view on everything parenthood, divorce, marriage, remarriage, co-parenting, and we've got some really cool stuff for you today. So stay tuned and listen up. Ivan, what was your day like yesterday?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
It was cool. I just worked.
Worked?
I
on
worked
a
this
Sunday.
Yeah, I didn't have my kids this weekend. So
There you go. There you go.
Took advantage of the free time and I worked.
Yeah. What about Saturday? Don't tell me you worked.
Saturday was special, man.
Oh, okay.
My kids had soccer games on Saturday.
Oh.
And I know you saw those videos.
I did see
of
those
my
videos.
daughter going crazy. Yep. I'm sorry, but my daughter's a savage.
Yeah.
My daughter got it. She got it, man. It's crazy to see. It's crazy that the ref is telling us after the game, yo, your guys' daughter is the best I've seen all day.
Oh, wow.
Other parents telling us, like, she's crazy, you know.
And is she still in the older group where she's younger than everybody, or is she in her age group now?
She's in her age group.
Okay.
The times you've seen her play over her age is when, like, my son has a game and then the opposing team doesn't have enough players.
Oh, gotcha.
So she'll jump on the team.
Okay.
But like she holds her own in those, but she does struggle a little bit just because they're all boys, and they're also 2 to 3 years older. But she still holds her own.
Yeah.
She's just probably not scoring 5 goals like she does against her age group.
Right.
But yeah, man, my son had a hell of a game too. He scored 2 goals. They didn't count one, but it was a goal.
Okay.
You know, so I'm very proud of both of them. But my daughter got it.
Yeah.
She got it, man.
Yeah. She's on fire.
Yeah, I think my son can have it too.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't realize it yet. So
Like,
that's
just a little bit more of a late bloomer, but he'll get it.
yeah.
Yeah.
My daughter just has that killer mentality, you know.
Right.
But yeah, how was your weekend, man?
It was pretty good. I mean, helped out some people on Saturday. Did some running around. Went to a birthday party Saturday night. Stayed up pretty late, and slept in Sunday. And then Sunday was just a relaxing day for me. Just chilled with the wife and just had some food and
Yeah, I
did some
asked
laundry.
you if we could record on Sunday. You said no.
I know.
I was kind of upset just because, like, you know, we can knock it out of the way.
Yeah.
And have Monday free type thing after work, but that traffic getting here just sucks, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
It sucks. But it's cool, man. I understand. We have our separate lives as well.
Yeah.
I met your kids.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty cool people.
Yeah.
You know.
Thursday night.
Yeah. Thursday we met.
Yeah, they had a good time, man. Shooting some hoops.
Yeah, they're great kids, man. They're cool. They look like they like to have fun and stuff, and like they were learning. They were willing to learn what we were telling them and stuff.
Right.
Taught them about the screens and stuff. They seemed to like.
Oh yeah.
Kind of, you know, absorb it.
Yeah.
Absorb whatever we were
yeah.
telling them, which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we should definitely do it again. So yeah, man, let's get into the episode.
Episode 7.
Episode 7, yeah.
Lucky number
7 weeks.
Yeah.
We're slowly figuring stuff out.
Most marriages last 7 years. No, I don't know if that's true or not. But
7? I doubt it. Google that, man. Do marriages still end in divorce 50% of the time? Is that still a thing?
I think it is. I think it's like right around 50%. Yeah. Yeah, religious, non-religious. Yeah.
So in theory, this marriage you're on now should last forever because it's the other
50.
It's the other 50, right?
They actually say that, oh, well, I don't know who they are, but
yeah, who's they?
Yeah. I've heard that your first one, if it's 50-50, then your next one is like possibly like 25% chance of it making it.
Making it?
Yeah, of making it. And then if you get divorced on that one, your third one is like 12 or 10 or 12%. It's like it cuts in half every time. So it goes from 50 to 25 to like 12.5 or 12. Or,
really?
Yeah, it's supposed to get worse each time, but
oh wow,
not this time for me. This one was a good one. So,
good.
Yeah.
Good for you guys. Yeah. Good for you guys, man. That's awesome. I think that I'll say it again. I think you guys seem to have a very great relationship from what I can see, and I hope everything works out
Yeah.
for the long run.
Yeah. I think it will. We learned a lot from our past, and we've taken that, as like wisdom into the future.
Yeah.
And into our current present situation, and just realize that some of the little things that upset both of us in our previous relationship isn't as big of a deal now. And we realize the importance of sticking together and how important our kids are. I would say, like, for instance, going through the divorce just taught me so much about time with my kids. And I know I've mentioned that previously on other episodes, but knowing that I have limited time with my boys, I never think, hey, there's always a tomorrow, because there isn't. And that not only has it helped me now, but man, it was devastating when I was going through divorce. Like, losing the boys and knowing that I wasn't going to get to see them but every so often, either every other weekend. We worked it out to where I get to see them every Tuesday and Thursday. And so that's nice, but there's still something in my heart that kind of like drops a little bit after I drop them off every single night, like every Tuesday, every Thursday, because the way we have it planned out in our parenting plan is that she gets them overnight every night, Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday during school nights.
Oh, wait. So
or Sunday. I should say Sunday through Thursday. Yeah.
That's now?
It's still to this day.
So when you get them Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's only Tuesdays and Thursdays. They go back home at night?
Yeah, they go back home at night. So I only get them for 3.5 hours.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, if I could redo it, I would definitely redo it to where I could have them overnight. Initially, the whole bantering part of that part of the parenting plan was based on me being just a little bit farther away from the school. And she felt like they were still kind of like too young to have them sleep over at my place and get to school the next day on a regular schedule. So she was like really fighting hard for, let's make sure they grow up in the same house or wake up in the same house every day for school, so they're on a regimen. And while I understood it to a point, I also was like, I'm not that far from the school. I'm like literally maybe 10 more minutes from the school.
They hit me with that stability bullshit too. And it's like, okay, what's the definition of stability?
Right.
Same thing over and over again, right? So if they're there and they're here every week, it'll become stable as well eventually.
Right. That's a great point.
Like,
it's a great point.
Sure, the first couple weeks might be tough, but eventually it will become something stable because
it'll be the norm.
It'll be normal, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, they hit me with that bullshit too. And I didn't have a lawyer when I went through my divorce. Mm-hmm. I couldn't afford one. I searched everywhere for something pro bono. Couldn't find anything. I talked to a lot of people. Couldn't find anything. Maybe I didn't know how to look. Maybe I didn't look correctly.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
But I didn't have a lawyer. She had a lawyer.
Yeah.
Man. I would never. It is possible to go through a divorce without a lawyer. It is. Yeah. I did it. But I would not recommend anybody to do it ever.
Right.
These lawyers, Brad, are so fucking rude. It is ridiculous.
Beep. Yeah.
No, I don't care. This guy, Brad, when we got on the phone with each other, he would treat me like I'm just garbage. And not because he thought I was, just because that's his job.
I guess
he has to like break me.
Yeah.
Because now I'm his opponent now, right?
Right.
So he has to like get into my head and break, and he did, man.
Oh, okay.
He broke me, Brad. I've never gone through something so tough in my life. Just those conversations with that lawyer, man. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That'd be tough. I started off with a lawyer, and then I felt like they weren't doing a good job, so I basically fired them, and then I took over, and I just started emailing her lawyer to the point where like I was annoying. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, I need this, I need that, I need this. What else do you need from me? This. I mean, literally, because I was just like, you know what, I'm coming out, full guns blazing, and that's kind of my personality anyways. And it's like, if you're going to come to a fight, then we're going to come on equal ground. And so I knew she knew the law better than me, but I was still going to come at her with, tons of questions. And
It was a woman lawyer?
yeah.
I think if I were to do it again, I'd try to find a woman as well.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying my lawyer was a male. Her lawyer was a female.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would want a female lawyer as well.
Yeah. So anyways, but, it was just a headache. Just so much back and forth, so much paperwork. I remember when I was thinking about going through a divorce, and I was talking to this guy at my job at the time, and he's like, man, Brad, like, if you don't have to get divorced, dude, don't do it, because it's going to cost you so much in lawyer fees and then like child support and alimony and all this other stuff. And I was just thinking, holy cow, I mean, like, how much is it worth to get divorced? And while I teach my boys to this day, like, hey guys, I hope that when you find the woman of your dreams, she becomes the woman of your dreams and stays the woman of your dreams forever. And I don't promote divorce. However,
if it needs to happen, it needs to happen.
Right. I mean, I was living in an environment where it wasn't good for her and it wasn't good for me. Like, it wasn't good for either one of us.
Right.
So I'm not going to say,
and eventually it's not good for the kids, right?
Yeah. Like, it wasn't that I was getting the raw end of the deal. It was like, this is a bad relationship.
For both.
And it was not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And I just realized that my boys did not need to live in an environment where there was constantly arguing and bickering and just, resentment on both sides. And it wasn't fun. And I couldn't imagine having to live through that every day of your life for the rest of your life while your parents are married. And my boys have said it in the past, and they just said it the other day. We were talking about, me being married and stuff, and then they were saying something about their mom and but they said, we're happy the way it is now, Dad, because we didn't like it when you guys were married. And so we like that you guys are not together anymore because you're both happier. And that's really what I want them to see. I want them to see happiness. Like,
on both sides.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I get it. You mentioned the lawyer fees.
Mm-hmm.
When we went through the mediation, they split you up, and then the mediator comes with the terms and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So the guy comes to me, the mediator, and I'm pretty sure I got screwed with the whole thing, really, because they chose a mediator. That lawyer mediator probably buddies that golf on Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
Most likely, right?
Right, yeah.
I didn't know. I was just trying to get through it and trying not to, like, kill myself because I was so, like, overwhelmed, right?
Right.
But so I'm sitting in this room by myself, and then the mediator comes in. He's like, okay, they want you to pay this much in lawyer fees for her. I was like, and then like my heart dropped because it was quite a bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, can I say no? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, no. So then he took the paperwork, came back. She's like, okay. He was like, okay. They want you to pay 75% of it. I was like, no. He's like, okay. Comes back. He's like, okay. They want you to pay 50%. I was like, can I keep saying no? He's like, yeah, you can say no as many times as you want. I was like, okay, tell him I'm not paying any lawyer fees.
Mm-hmm.
So then he left, came back, he's like, okay. So I don't know what the hell that was, because usually the lawyer fees get put on somebody.
Right.
So I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, this kind of was too easy. So either that lawyer is not charging them and he's just trying to get some money out of me now, or two, did I just not have to pay lawyer fees and she does? If so, that's awesome. I'm thinking it's the first option, though. I'm thinking, I think about this all the time. Like, did she not pay for that lawyer and he just tried to screw me with those fees? Try to get me to pay for his stuff, you know?
Right.
But obviously, I don't know. I never asked her. I'm not going to either. But I think about that probably every other 4 days. Just runs through my head.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Because I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
How easy it was just for me to be able to say no.
Well, and that's really what it is. I mean, like you said it earlier, all these people, they know each other. Like, if you would have had a lawyer, your lawyer would have known her lawyer. they would have seen each other at least 2, 3, 4 times a year, if not 2, 3, 4 times a month.
Yeah.
They probably go to the same
Golf course.
Yeah, same places. They meet up at the same places. So they've seen each other. They've met in the counsel's room, with the judge, and they've been back there and hashed things out. So it's not like this is their first rodeo with this person. They know how this person acts. They know how this person reacts.
And talking about the mediator?
No, I'm talking about the lawyers. If you have 2 lawyers or judges or even the mediator, they all know each other.
The mediator, I believe, but lawyer versus lawyer?
Oh yeah.
You think so?
Oh, it's just like basketball. When the teams are done, they go out and party together.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's like here we are as fans rooting for our favorite football or basketball or baseball team, and then when it's all over, they're probably hanging out with them afterwards. And
they are, yeah.
Same with politicians. It's like whether you're Republican, Democrat, or you're in the middle. After it's all said and done,
they're all on step.
They all know each other. They're like, "Hey, you guys want to go out to dinner?
They're all
I don't like what you stand for, but let's go to our favorite restaurant afterwards." Yeah. So it's just a game. So
yeah, man. Divorce is hard, man.
Oh yeah.
I got divorced at the end of 2018.
Okay.
2018.
How long were you married?
I don't know. We went over this. I don't know. Maybe 2 years.
Oh, because you don't remember the dates.
I don't remember anything. Man, that relationship.
You just blacked out.
Brad, yeah. Again, I don't know. It's just not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think 2 years. Just about 2 years.
Okay.
But yeah, that 2018 was probably the toughest year of my life. Just financially, the divorce, just being away from the kids, and working 2 to 3 jobs. Yeah. Making very little money, that sort of stuff. And then it was weird because on New Year's of 2018, this is after the divorce and everything. Mm-hmm. At New Year's you hug everybody. Do Americans do that too? You guys hug everybody in the room?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Sometimes we kiss.
You kiss your partner, right?
I just kiss whoever's next to me.
Okay. So it was really strange because at the end of that night, I'm pretty sure it was New Year's. We're giving everybody hugs, and then I go to hug my brother.
Okay.
And I just start crying.
Really?
Yeah, I started crying, and I wasn't able to move. I wasn't able to stop crying. Tears were just flowing. I was crying like a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and we stood there. I think we stood there for like 5 to 10 minutes.
Wow.
I don't know what went over me.
Or felt like it at least. But
no, it really was. It was like 5 to 10 minutes.
Wow, okay.
Just standing there.
Okay.
And like eventually I was able to let go and stop crying, but I think just those last 2 years, mm-hmm. from 2016 to 2018, which was, when we separated, and especially 2018 because that's when the divorce happened and I was dealing with the lawyer and bullshit.
Okay.
It was just so hard on me. I don't know, like something went, came over me where I just melted.
Right. And
I think I just let all my emotions out that night of what I was feeling throughout the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. And it was weird, man. I had never experienced that in my life. And to this day, I don't know what caused it and it's never happened again, but it was very strange.
Yeah, that would be.
There's a lot of people in the room. They're just looking.
I would say it seems like it'd be weird, but I think it depends on just the moment. Sometimes just pressure builds up over amount of time. And I think, I couldn't tell you, and they probably couldn't either, but I couldn't tell you how many times I called my mom and dad just to talk to them about the courts, my ex, the boys, my life, my emotions, just to let it out, and to have someone to lean on. And it was difficult, so I'm glad I was able to sit there and call them. There were weeks where I called them probably almost every night, and my mom and dad knew, like, Brad's gonna be calling here soon. He's getting off work. He's gonna be calling.
Crybaby.
And I don't know, but it was like I would say anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, sometimes 2-hour conversations with them, just talking. And I think for those who don't have someone there for them who they can do that with, it's so important to seek counseling because you need to be able to let go of what's inside you. And sometimes you don't even need someone to tell you the right answer. You just need someone to hear you because it's been pent up in you for so long. And I think that once you can release it, it does something for you. And it allows you to even hear yourself say the words, whatever it is, the anger, the sadness, the happiness, whatever it might be. Hearing that, it just does something for you. And then if you have a counselor who's good, they can draw it out of you by asking you the right questions. They'll maybe possibly steer you in a certain direction. They don't point you down the exact path, but they're kind of like, what do you think if you went this way? What would that look like? And they allow you to start thinking and kind of like, exploring your own mind, exploring your own possibilities in the future. And I think that that's important. One thing I regret is not getting my boys the counseling that they needed afterwards. I think that their mom and I were going through so much, and there were texts that she and I would send back and forth to each other. There were phone calls. And then there was just the silence that would happen, and they had to be part of that. They had to be in the middle of it. And, and I feel bad because there are times where I would get upset and I would say something about their mom, and then I would have to apologize a little bit later on, like an hour later, and just tell them, hey guys, I know I don't like your mom, and she and I didn't get along, but I want you guys to not only like your mom, but to love her, and to realize that your mom loves you, and she's there for you. And, and I said, so sometimes when I say things,
Do you feel you get that in return? Do you think their mom is saying that to them as well?
I have no idea, and I don't worry about it.
What does it feel like?
What's that?
Do you feel like it does? Or
no, because I don't really talk about it. I don't really ask them like, does your mom put me down? Does your mom say bad things about me?
You don't have to though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's a feeling. Do you feel that? I don't know. I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe
I honestly, I don't know. I really don't. I literally don't even care.
You don't care?
No, I don't care because I'm at a point now where I know who I am. I know what kind of dad I am to them and how much I love them, and I know how much they love me. And that's really all that matters. Like, seriously, like, I don't care if she were to put me down for the rest of my life because they see me and they see my actions.
They're also older, so they're not as easy to manipulate.
Right.
Like you said, they see everything from themselves. They can have their own opinion.
Yes.
A reasonable opinion as young adults.
But kids are smart. I mean, even if you're 5, if you're 11, if you're 15, kids are smart, and they pick up, and they might hear mom or dad say something about their the ex, and then they go over to that other parent's house, and that parent loves on them, and and they're like, yeah, mom and dad they just don't like each other. Yeah. And I couldn't tell you how many times I've talked to people who were not what's the word I'm looking for? Not victim, but they were where their parents got divorced. I'll say that where their parents got divorced, and they went through that. They were able to tell me like, yeah, my parents do not like each other at all, or my mom hates my dad, or my dad hates my mom, or there's some divorces that are still just ugly divorces, and then there's some that are great. Like the two people noticed that they weren't right for each other. They decided to get divorced, and they still do the best for the kids. Mm-hmm. And some of them are actually friendly afterwards. They can actually talk and and show up to the same events and stuff. That's not the case with my ex and I. We don't. We don't show up to the same events. we don't talk.
Can't?
Oh, I could. It wouldn't bother me at all. It would bother her. And the boys have told me that it would bother her if she had to be at the same places that I was. So she purposely doesn't go anywhere where she knows I might go. So
even for like a school event?
Well, that maybe. You know, I mean, she'll
Well-
sit where she wants to sit, and I'll find a spot to sit.
Yeah.
But we really don't communicate at all, except for, hey, when are you taking them for
Breaks.
summer break and stuff like that? And
Yeah,
but-
you mentioned kids are smart, and they are. You know, the other day we were at my daughter's soccer practice, so my son and I are hanging out on the sideline watching and playing soccer ourselves, and their mom shows up, and then he's like, "I'm gonna go hang out with her." I was like, "Okay, go ahead, have fun." And he was like, "Are you being sarcastic?" I was like, "What?"
He asked you if you're being sarcastic?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Because at some point he picked it up either from me or from her, where there might have been sarcasm at some point
Where, like, they
in
thought,
the past.
hey, they don't want me spending time with my other parent.
Yes.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I was like, and I hope it wasn't me because I don't ever mean to. If I have done it, then it's been like accidental and or sincere that, like, yeah, I'm kind of sad you don't want to hang out with me, but not in a sarcastic way or in a malicious way.
Yeah.
So, but I was like, what? No, go play with your mom. I'm gonna watch Bella practice because I love to do that too. I love hanging out with you here,
Right.
and you know your mom hasn't been at the practice. I have, but now that she is here, go play with her. I'm gonna watch Bella. You know, we can. I don't mind splitting the time.
Right.
Or if one day you want to be with your mom all practice, that's fine. Go do that. I don't want him to feel like I don't want to say saddens me, because sometimes it is sad, especially because it's the middle of the day and I'm driving almost an hour to come hang out with you guys, but you don't hang out with me. You know, it sucks a little bit, but I don't want him to think it's anything towards his mom.
Right.
You know, which it all goes hand in hand, so it's hard to keep that apart. But in the end, those are my real intentions, to let him know, to let him feel that I don't care what he does as long as he's happy.
Right.
You know,
Because if you think about it from his point of view, what if you would have told him no? He's like, oh, okay. Or he might be like, why? Why can't I go see her? And you're like, because I don't want you to. Stay right here. And he's like, okay. And then he starts like, man, Dad's dumb. Dad's stupid. I can't believe he won't go let me see my mom. That's so dumb. You know? And so then they start talking like that. And now they're not in a good mood. Now they're not happy. All because you wanted to win a battle and say, ha, ha, ha.
how's that even possible? How could I say no?
Right.
That's not even possible, because like his
Right.
mom's there.
Yeah.
She's gonna walk up to us. What am I
Right.
gonna do? No, like, you know, that's not even possible.
Yeah.
But that caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Or like one day, also, I always pick them up when they get off the bus.
Okay.
When they have practice.
Okay.
And so right now, I think I already said this story actually, but this season my son has practice on Wednesdays and my daughter on Thursdays. So the first practice of the season, I picked up my kids, got my son ready to go, blah, blah, blah. And then they didn't know I was going to come for Thursday as well, because Wednesdays is my day with them.
Okay.
It's supposed to be.
Okay.
So I'm there regardless.
Right.
So I told his mom, I was like, hey, why don't I just come pick him up Thursday as well and get him ready and take him? She's like, okay, cool. I was like, okay, don't let him know I'm coming. So I show up. I'm waiting for the bus. And then my son was like, oh, he like wasn't surprised I was there. I was like, did your mom tell you I was coming? He was like, no. I was like, how'd you know I was going to be here? He's like, well, who else is going to get me ready for soccer practice? I was like, yeah, you're right. That was cute. I felt good when he said that, because
Yeah.
you know, that shows my consistency that I've been working hard towards. But yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I think that is the most important part, is being there for your kids, always putting them first. Because once the divorce happens, nothing else is as important as the kids.
Of course, yeah.
And so I think a
Well,
lot
it
of times
depends on who you talk to. Because
exactly.
for some people, it's the money
Yeah.
or just the time, but not actually the kids.
Yeah,
just the time.
And that's the thing about you and me is as dads who love their kids, and that's part of the reason why we're doing this show, is we're challenging men to step up and to be the father role that you should have always been. And if you haven't been that, start right now. Call them and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Text them, "Hey, how you doing?" And start that relationship, no matter how small, how little it is, and then slowly grow it and build that trust again. Let them know that you're really trying to be in their life, because the money doesn't matter in the end. The time you got to do whatever you wanted to do in life doesn't matter in the end. Your significant other, if there's someone else in your life after your spouse, after your ex, they don't matter. Because when you're on your deathbed and you look back at your life, you're not going to be like, "Man, I'm so glad I didn't get to hang out with my kids. I'm so glad I wasn't there for them." You're not going to say that at all. You're going to say, "I wish I would have been there for them. I wish I could have taught them." Even if you are the absolute worst parent, like seriously, if you're the worst parent in the world, at least be an example to your kids and say, "I'm really messing this up, and I mess up every single day, and I'm sorry."
Mm-hmm.
But recognize that you have faults, recognize that you could get better, and then tell your kids you're sorry. Learn to apologize. I think that's important too, is kids need to hear from their parents that they're sorry. Because parents who never say sorry, it just builds up resentment in kids. And kids are not, like I said earlier, they're not stupid. They're like, "My dad never apologizes, and the guy is an idiot." The guy, you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. I find myself apologizing to my kids quite often because of how hard I push them towards things. Like with sports.
Like you push them into walls and stuff? Or?
No.
Oh,
I'm not.
okay.
Well, when we race up the stairs, I do.
Yeah. Bumping them.
Yeah. But like with sports, man, because I want them to be great at something. And I'm not going to rest until we find that one thing. Like right now, it looks like for my daughter, it's soccer.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I think that for my son, it's going to be baseball or football. Again, maybe not football because of his size, but maybe baseball. Like, he got an arm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Cool. I don't know why or how, but he has an arm.
Okay.
Or maybe it is soccer, and I'm gonna obviously keep working at it with him. But thinking logically, I think it's gonna be baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do push them very hard. Like, I'm very, very tough on them, but because I want them to have a tough mind. In sports, you need a tough mind.
Right.
My daughter has it automatically. She has that mindset already.
Right. That's good.
My son, not so much. So I find myself, like, I tell my kids, like, "Hey, I'm sorry I yelled, but I just yell so you hear me. I yell so you can get a little mad and show it with your play. You know, I'm sorry I cussed, but I just want you to hear me." You know, like,
yeah.
I don't cuss my kids out, but I cuss when I speak to them. Like, "Get the fucking ball," you know, like things like that.
Yeah.
But I know my kids know I'm not cussing them out. I know they know that I'm just like, what's the word?
Passionate?
I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
Because I want them to match that passion as well.
Right.
And sure, they're young, but again, you look at any great. When did they start playing that sport?
Usually around 12.
No. I was watching a video
Wasn't
today.
Tiger Woods like 15 when he started?
I highly doubt it.
I think he was 5 or 4.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah.
I watched the video of Kobe today, the GOAT, talking about
I'm going to let it go.
talking about how he started playing when he was 2 years old.
Yeah.
You know?
Watching Michael Jordan play.
Yeah, man.
I hear you. Yeah, it's important. I mean, and I think the one thing that I'm taking away from today's episode, just listening to myself speak, but also listening to you, is that it's about the kids, and divorce is hard, And it's never going to be easy. Like, you can sit and prepare yourself for divorce for a year before you actually go through with it and think that you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed and you're prepared mentally and you're ready to go. And then it happens. You're like, oh, man.
Did you actually go to court?
Yeah.
What was that like? I didn't go to court.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know. I mean, you stand in front of a judge and you just give your
Is
spiel.
there people behind you? Like,
yeah, they're all waiting for their turn also.
oh, that would be, that's so crazy. I don't even like doing that for a speeding ticket. I
Okay.
couldn't imagine
Yeah.
divorce. I can't believe they do that. That should be such a private, intimate thing.
Right. And I would say majority of it happens out of the courtroom, like on paper.
Right.
You know, just like it probably happened for you.
So you guys
But-
went to court because you guys couldn't agree at mediation, right?
Right.
So how many times were you together in a courtroom?
3 or 4,
How long each time?
5 to 15 minutes, maybe a little bit longer.
And
maybe.
what was done? Like the judge was asking you guys questions?
Yeah, just ask your questions on, you know, why you feel like you should have them here, here, and here, or, you know, and stuff like that. Or what are your plans? Like, how do you plan on
Raising.
raising the kids and stuff like that. But like I said, a lot of that's taken care of out of court.
Right.
And, yeah, you just have to come to an agreement on, and most of the time, the part that takes the longest is the financial, because one of the two sides is fighting for more money for whatever, you know, and whether it's there
More or
or
less.
not. Yeah. And then there are times it's fighting for custody, you know.
Because that'll bring the money.
Right, exactly.
In the end, it's
Yeah.
fucking money.
Yeah. And I think what's sad is that each parent wants, well, I'll say this. For you and me, I would say both parents want the kids full time. However,
No,
I realized.
No, I did not want my kids full time because I know their mother doesn't deserve that. Why would I want that?
Say it again? You know their mom doesn't deserve that?
Doesn't deserve me
Oh.
to take the kids away from
No,
them?
I know. I'm saying you want to be with your kids full time. That's what I'm saying. Not that you want to take them away from their other parent full time. I'm saying you
I
as
thought
a
you meant
as
like
a-
that's what we'd ask for in court.
No, I'm saying as a parent, you want to be with your kids all the time.
Right. Okay.
But you
yeah.
have to come to the realization that you're just not.
Yeah.
And then you have to say what is in the best interest of the kids. Now, if you're a mother or you're a father who's got a crazy side to you and you beat the kids, okay, yeah, you don't get to have the kids on a regular basis. You know, if you're emotionally abusive to the kids, you should not get the kids on a regular basis until you go through maybe some like anger management classes or whatever it might be. However, if you're a good parent, then the other parent should not try to take them for more than 50% of the time
Yeah.
just so they can have more money.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care if you feel like you need more money. You don't deserve the kids more just
And-
because for whatever reason.
And I'm sorry, this is what like baffles me about how this whole court divorce thing works, okay? Why are you requesting more time with the children if you can't afford it?
Right.
Like, why do you need 2 more days if you're not able to pay for 2 more days of food
Right.
or whatever? Like, how about instead of me giving you money for you to have those 2 days, they just stay with me those 2 days?
Right.
You know what I mean? Man, it's such a mess. It's the divorce is such a scam, man. Just
And the thing is lawyers want to try to get you as much as they can, especially if there's money involved, because they know they might get a little percentage of that, or at least you're paying them to get you something. And I've had friends and family who've gone through divorce, and they did not do their paperwork right. The parenting plan wasn't done right, and so now they're left holding the bag for like lot of years, not just like up through graduation of high school. They might be through graduation of college, or they might be up through when the kid turns 25 or 26. And I'm just like, what were you thinking? Like,
that's possible. 25,
yeah,
26?
yeah. And I'm just like, what are you thinking? Like, how did that happen? Like, how did you allow that to happen?
And then like alimony, you throw alimony in there. So obviously, I'm not wealthy enough to be in a situation where there's alimony involved, but there's people that are, and that shit's crazy, man.
Right. And I mean, and you think about like, I don't even know. I was reading the something on the internet today about who's the guy who's in Pirates of the Caribbean?
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, him and his ex or whatever. And I don't even know her name, and I've never been involved in the whole who's getting divorced from who. But it said something like she finally settled it for millions of dollars, and I'm just like, isn't she an actress? I'm thinking like, what are you settling? Like, why don't you both just go your own way? Like, if you're both actors or actresses, or you're both doctors or whatever it is, I don't care if you live in this $5 million home or $50 million home or $500 million home, and that's what you're used to as a lifestyle. Let's open up our eyes and go back to reality. You both do well in life. You go your way. You go your way.
That's why I say it's a scam.
It is. There's no reason to pay alimony to someone who's already making millions of dollars, or it's like already has a huge inheritance.
Look at Bezos and his woman, man. He gave her $40 billion. She donated most of them. Now she's dating a fucking science teacher somewhere in Seattle, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
Why? What? $40 billion. And you're with a science teacher now? I mean, he definitely upgraded a woman, too. This guy's crazy.
Yeah.
But, man, now he... Also, Bezos. How do you give somebody $40 billion and then you make it right back? And now you're still top 2 richest men in the world. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's...
So crazy.
It is. It's very crazy.
$40 billion. A science teacher. Fuck. Man, I need to go get my teaching degree. That's nuts, man.
Find yourself the right one.
All right, man. Don't get divorced, or get divorced if you absolutely have to. Sometimes it's better for everybody, including the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know if I said this on the podcast already or not, but as much as it sucks not seeing your kids every single day,
mm-hmm.
sometimes that break is kind of good, especially because when I do have my kids, I'm all in. I don't work. I spend all my time with them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hand them off to a babysitter or a daycare. Like I'm with them,
right?
So that 1 week in a month I don't have them, it's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
I get to do the things I want, or I get to work extra hours,
right?
So, yeah, it's...
Well, and it's kind of, and if you are married, they say you should have a date night with your spouse. So, if you're not married, you technically should still get a date night for yourself. Like, you should still get some time for yourself. You need to be able to recuperate. You need to be able to
when
find
you're married?
Married or not married, I'm saying, like for you, you're not married. So, you should still be allowed to feel okay about taking time for yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, people might be like, "Oh, I can't believe he would say that he's glad that he gets that time away." If you're married and you go out together, or you get up super early in the morning or late at night and you go to the gym, that's time for yourself.
Yeah.
And so the same holds true that if you're single but you have kids, take that time for yourself, because you still got to work on yourself, because at some point when your kids aren't there anymore and they're grown up and they've moved out, are you going to be happy with the body you have? Are you going to be happy with the career that you have?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be happy with your friendships and the way your life is going? So you got to make time for all that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. When I don't have my kids, I work and I come home and I sleep and then I go work again.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm starting to go to the gym again. But that's it. So when I do have them,
mm-hmm.
I'm with them. I don't work. I don't go to the gym. I don't do nothing. I'm with them. We do stuff.
Right.
We either do stuff or we hang out at home.
Right.
Regardless, I'm with them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that one weekend, usually, to be honest with you, I still work and I come home. But maybe I'll work a little less. Maybe I'll sleep
mm-hmm.
in a little more, whatever. Right?
Right?
So it's still a little different. But sometimes there might be a weekend where I do go do something or whatever. Right?
Right.
So, yeah, that break is okay sometimes. And I'm sure she enjoys her breaks, too. Now, I don't know how much of a break she gets because she has a third child.
Right.
But, hey, your choice.
Yeah, your choice.
All right, man. You got a dad joke for me this week?
Yeah, I thought I had a good one, and then I was like, what? I don't know if I like that one. So I was going to see if I can find one more instead real quick here.
Hurry.
Dude, I am hurrying. There was one.
Give me
Okay.
two. Give me two.
Okay. Now this was like last week. You remember about you don't like it when your woman belches or farts?
Yeah,
I got,
yeah.
Okay, I got one for you here. Ready?
By the way, I don't like to do it for her either.
For
So-
her or to her or around her?
Around her, like I meant like
Yeah.
for her sake. I don't like to
Oh.
do it around her either.
Right.
So it's not just a one-sided thing when it comes to the.
Oh, you know, I get that. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I won't do it either. So it's fair. It's not like only me asking her not to, but I'm over here farting up a storm.
Right.
You know?
Hey, when I was a kid, we didn't call it a fart. You know what we called it? A fluff. We'd be like, "Oh, who fluffed?"
It's funny.
Yeah. All right. Why doesn't the tutor? Oh my gosh, I just messed the joke up. Why doesn't the teacher fart in class?
Why?
She's a private tutor.
Give me another one.
You like that one? Okay. This one's gonna be about the gingerbread man. This is good. This is gonna be good. The gingerbread man went to the doctor complaining of a sore knee. The doctor said, "Have you tried icing it yet?"
Okay, that's okay. That one's okay.
That's okay?
That
All
was
right.
okay. That hit me a little late, but it was okay.
All right. Well, everybody, we want to thank you for tuning in to episode number 7 with Dear Dad with Ivan and Brad. We talked about divorce. We talked about the implications of what happens to us during divorce emotionally. We talked about, how you should be there for your kids. And it's always important, and that's number one, is put the kids first out of everything. And if you haven't figured that out yet, take it from us as two guys who have been there, done that, survived it, and moved on. And we know how important it is to be there for the kids because they're the next generation and they need us. So thanks again for tuning in today to Dear Dad. We hope you enjoyed the show.